शिव कालेश्वराय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
सोमेश्वराय शिव सोमेश्वराय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
सोमेश्वराय शिव सोमेश्वराय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
गंगाधराय शिव गंगाधराय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
गंगाधराय शिव गंगाधराय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय रामेश्वराय शिव रामेश्वराय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
रामेश्वराय शिव रामेश्वराय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
जटाधराय शिव जटाधराय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
जटाधराय शिव जटाधराय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्याचार्यं vidvaram.
Some of you were there in the last session. What was the topic? Chisel and sculpt. Chisel and sculpt. That is to how to shape up ourselves and how to change. That is mainly thing. Change is the first and last thing. First thing we want to change, last thing that we do. Everybody wants change, but nobody really does that. It's very hard to change because we do not know what to let go. Come this way, otherwise I can't see you. Come near your husband. Right? So, we do not know what to let go. No change is possible unless there is a determination to give up what is found to be not useful. That's what we saw last time. Unless we decide what is unnecessary, we will never find time to do anything else. Even the child, when it is growing up, it is very preoccupied with a lot of games and the toys and other things. And when you try to take the child to the first day to the school, how much protest? Why? Because he doesn't want to change that routine. That it has been playing and then being with the mom and then not learning really, but just playing. But then now it has to start the next stage of life where it has to start learning, sitting there, discipline the mind, listen to someone, work on it. And after some time, it gets used to it and then the routine begins. Just like a bachelor who's living happily, freely, getting married is a big problem. Because now he is answerable. Somebody is there at home, is asking, where did you go? Right? You know, one man, it was the middle of the night, he started to say, hey Pinky, come on, come closer, quick. So wife woke him up, who's Pinky? Oh, Pinky, that's a horse I bet on last evening. I went to the race course and then I bet on the Pinky. Oh, okay. In morning he got up and went to the shower and he came out of the shower, she gave him a slap. What happened? Your Pinky called me. Your Pinky called you. So, where did that come to me now?
The bachelor.
Bachelor, right. So, how a bachelor is not responsible to answer anybody, living in his own terms, coming whenever he wants to come. But when he gets married, you have to let go all that freedom. That's why they lose the bachelor, never become masters. Anyway. So mother also, motherhood is a change, a dramatic change that takes place. Until then, the mother is whatever she is, and then suddenly whole time is spent only taking care of the child. That means you have to change your priorities. So this next topic that we are looking at, it is a balancing of holding on and letting go. It's interesting that, are you all breathing? Yes or no?
Yes.
Who is not? Raise your hand. Now, we take the breath, but we do not hold it too long. If you hold it too long, is also wrong. In the yoga practices, what we do is, we taking in is called, what is called? Shwasa or inhalation. Puraka. Puraka means to fill. To fill. Purati means to fill up anything. Pouring in English. So, Puraka is where you take the air from external thing to inside. Then if you hold it, is called Antar Kumbhaka. Holding, like a pot. In a pot you put something and hold it. But in a pot you put it, nothing happens. But in a balloon also, when you put the air, it stays there inside. But our lungs cannot keep the air for too long. Then you have to do rechaka. Rechaka means exhalation. And then after doing exhalation, you externally hold it. That's called bahir kumbhaka. Don't take it. So the pranayama practice is puraka antar kumbhaka, rechaka bahir kumbhaka. Then again puraka, this inhalation holding for some time, exhalation holding out. But this process is naturally happening to us. We don't hold it. For some time it is there and then it goes off. So every living being does this. That is called the balance. If it does not function that way, there is a problem. Especially those who have gone with me to Kailash will remember that. When you are going up to another level of elevation, breathing is so hard, then only we realize we are breathing. Swamiji, wait. Put the next step. With the next step. Then again another step. Then again you breathe in slowly. Now you look at it. Food that you eat. But don't you have to leave it also? Can you hold it for too long? Then if you hold it for too long, you have to go to the doctor. If you don't take it at all, you have to go to the doctor. You need to take it all right, but you have to leave it also. So nothing in this world really stays for too long. And so we need to know that just like the breathing we take and then we leave it, food we take, we leave it, water we take, we leave it. In the same way, thought we take, we should leave it. This is what we do not do. We just hold on to some regret, some repression, some disappointment. We never know how to leave it. As Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita, likes and dislikes, joy, sorrow, success, failure, gain and loss, naturally it takes place in our life. Sukha dukke same kritva, labha alabhau, jaya ajayau, tado yuddhaya yujasva, naivam papamavapsyasi. Such a beautiful statement. Joy and sorrow, gain and loss, pain and pleasure, they come in our life. You cannot see, even though we work for pleasure, what comes to us is most of the time unasked is what? Pain. Anybody works for pain? No? I'm working hard so that I will become very unhappy. Nobody does that. I work hard to become failure. No. I work hard to become miserable. No. None of us do. That reminds me. All of you switch off the phone. That is to let go. Let go of your occupation with the world for some time. I also did. Now, therefore, nobody works for pain, nobody works for failure, nobody works for displeasure or misunderstanding and unhappiness. But does it come or not? As much as the pain, etc., comes to us unasked, please understand, joy also will come unasked. That's the nature of things. But we do not believe that. Sukha karata, dukha karata, we keep doing that. But do you think because you are working, therefore sukham, because you are not doing something, therefore dukkham? No. It is our own illusion that I did this, therefore I am happy, and I did not do this, therefore I am unhappy. It is not because of that. Joy and sorrow are not decided by your actions. It is decided by what is already in store. Now, therefore, balancing is where you take whatever comes to your life as it comes. Don't hold on to it too long. Let it go. And this letting go is where we have so much of problem. We just cannot let go. Thoughts, memories, past experiences. Even though we know it is miserable, but we don't let go. Now let me ask you one question. I mean, I'm sure you will know the answer, but anyway I ask. How does a kite fly? A kite you have seen? You might have, when you were in India, you might have done this. How does a kite fly?
Wind.
By the wind. Good.
Holding
By the
very
string
well.
that you hold. By the string that you hold, because of that alone it flies. If the string were not there, string was not there, then what happened? It would have lost. That kite is able to stay in that place because you are holding on to it and slowly releasing it. Right? Why you are holding on to it? For two reasons. So that it can stay in one condition, and when you want, you can pull it. Correct or not? In the same way, mind also must be released, but not to get lost. You must hold in such a way that it doesn't disturb you, but it functions. But when you want it, you must be able to pull it. If you release it, it is gone. If you keep it with you, it is of no use. I have a beautiful kite, but I will never put it on the sky or the space. Then what is the point? Some people have cars also like that. They buy the car, polish it and everything, put it in the garage, never use it. What use is that then? Like a China ware. Many people have China ware. You don't think. China ware at home. It never comes down. It's only on the showcase. Huh? Or some houses I went, the chair they put a plastic sheet on that. You seen that? Huh? You sit down, you will keep going. I mean, again it will go on slippery. Why? Because they want to protect it. I call them as Guptas. They are old. Gupta means to hide everything. Two fishes were there, and this story you might know. Two fishes were swimming, right? So another big fish passed by and said, "How are you people doing?" He said, "Very good, very good." So the one small fish asked this bigger fish. People talk about water. Where is water? Huh? Where is water? Where is water? No, tell me. It's the one fish is, when I'm looking at the fish, I'm remembering that. One fish is asking the other fish, where is water?
It's everywhere. It's everywhere for the fish.
Everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So the bigger fish said, it is inside you, outside you also. It is inside you, you are outside it also. So when you are moving from point A to point B, the fish moving from a point A to point B, is it carrying the fish or water is carrying the fish? Is fish carrying the water or water is carrying the fish? So it is going through the water, correct? In the same way, mind is a beautiful thing that we have. It is not really inside. It appears to be inside. Actually, it is outside. You may think that mind is inside you. It is not. Mind is experienced through the brain as thoughts. But mind is not inside you. Brain is inside you. Like, for example, you are breathing, right? Okay. Can you say breathing is happening, the air is coming in, it is happening inside the nose or through the nose? Where is the air? Is it inside your nose only? Air is outside, you are able to breathe in and breathe out. So what is the function of the nose? It takes the air, leaves the air. Is it not? In the same way, brain is an instrument or an equipment through which mind comes in and goes out. It is not brain equal to mind. And this is where the Western psychology and the Indian philosophical system vary. Where the Western what called psychiatry or this, the science of psychiatry would say that brain is where the mind is. That's what many people even think. But the mind is not a thing that is only within the brain. Mind is outside you as well, as much as it is inside you. When this we realize, then only we know that we need to let go. We can let go the mind. Just like air, you take in and let go. But you have the ability to bring it back whenever you want. So Krishna says in Gita, Kshanaihi ksanaimi uparamet. Slowly, slowly withdraw the mind. Buddhya dhridigrihitaya. With the intellect which is firm, Atma samstam manakritva, keeping the mind in the self or the Bhagavan inside you, na kinchitapi chintayat. Let go of all other thoughts. So very often people say, oh Swamiji, when I sit for meditation, I do not know where the thoughts are coming from. Where are the thoughts coming from? I think my wife is making me think like this. They blame anybody and everybody. No one else other than you can have the control over your mind. It is such a superstition. People think that somebody is making me think, somebody making me angry, somebody is making me depressed, somebody making me dejected. It is not that. You are allowing it. Okay, if I want to make her unhappy, what should I do? Tell me, what should I do just to make you unhappy?
Food is not good. Food is not good.
Food is not good.
Yeah.
If I say that, will you be unhappy?
Yeah.
You are allowing yourself to be unhappy. That is all it is. You can even say that, Swami, you don't know how to taste. That's all. So, if I allow you to make me unhappy, if you allow you to make me unhappy, it is my problem. It is my weakness. It is not your strength. Your strength is increased when I become weak. That's always the case. Our body, used to say flu and other things, right? Because our immunity is low, therefore community takes over. Community means the bacteria and other things. And immunity is low, then others will come in, attack us, right? If the country has a less powerful army, then the neighbors will come and attack. Why not? They are waiting for it. Similarly, our mind, when we are unable to control it properly, then externally everything will start overpowering us. So, the best way to handle ourselves is, you should know when to hold it, you should know when to let it go. We all do it. Every evening, at the end of the day, you let go of the world. You just leave it. You know how to do it. Otherwise, you can never go to sleep. It is interesting that if you look at your own eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, the jnanendriyas we have, which color is your eye? Tell me. What is the color of your eyes?
That's very hard. Someone should see it.
Huh? When I ask you this question, don't say I'm brown, either black or whatever. Not that. When it sees red, does it become red?
No.
When it sees blue, does it become blue? But it is able to see all the colors or not. In that case, which is the color of the eye?
White.
It does not have a color. If it has a color, then it cannot see the color then correctly. What is the taste of your tongue?
Pink.
What is the taste of your tongue? It doesn't have a taste. If it already has a taste, it can never taste anything else. You see? Leave it. If it already has a taste, if it is, let us say, you put something which is very And that's why when you drink, before drinking coffee, you should not put any sweet. If you put any sweet before you drink coffee, then it will become bitter. Why? Because the sweet that is there, gone into your tongue, has increased the level of sweetness, or it has a coat on that, and if you drink coffee, it will not taste good. What is the sound of your ears? If you're already hearing something inside you, you will not hear what I am saying. What is the smell of your nose? No smell. That's why it's able to smell. So eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, they do not have their own property or quality. Therefore, eyes can see colors, nose can smell flavors and fragrance, tongue can taste things, ears can listen. So it has to become neutral. Because it is neutral, it is able to experience other things. Similarly, the mind had to remain neutral. This is in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan clearly says, Udasina. Udasina means Ud Asinam. Ud means sitting above. Ud means above, Asina sit. So Udasina is not indifference. Many people think like it is indifference. It is not. In Tamil there is a word Udasina. Udasina means it's not bothered. No, not bothered, but undisturbed, above. He notices, but not influenced. It's not that he is away from it. It's not staying away, but staying above. When you stay above circumstances, you can watch it carefully. You are not afraid that you are running away. It's not you are disinterested that you are not looking at it. You are not bothered, therefore you reject it. No, it is not ignorance or ignoring. It is not rejection. It is not indifference. It is not of fear. It is not hatred. It is not bitterness. It is maturity. Staying above means I know it is there, but I will not allow it to disturb me. This is where a person really becomes balanced. Neither this nor that. I don't get too much interested in doing this, nor I would be weighed down by this. Neither sukham nor dukkham. That's what I started with. Neither joy nor sorrow. Neither success nor failure will disturb me. If that understanding is there, we can face the world with the most equanimous way. That's why Bhagavan says, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. The balance, the sameness, the attitude of equanimity. How much to eat, how much not to eat, who will tell you? When we don't have a control, somebody else has to control. Something else has to control us. Very often the doctor does that. Check your weight every day. Then you will know what you are going, where you are going wrong. Right? Some people have the weighing scale, but they don't want to go anywhere near that. No, I don't want to go there. Why? Because I am afraid. Of what? Of the weighing scale? No, how you are afraid of yourself? Because it will tell me something which I don't like. How can it tell anything which you don't like? It is just showing to show you. One very heavy lady went and stood on the weighing scale. It just showed 20. Wow, only 20 pounds? No, it went 2-3 times. Did you see that? It was moved 2 times and then came to 2. Anyway, so the point is that when we realize how the whole nature that is working, that's why Krishna says in Gita, chapter 3, Sahayajna prajasritva purovacha prajapatihi aneva prasayashwadvam enavostitvatam kamaduk. In 3rd chapter. Now look at the tree that you have outside. It also grows up, and then it has beautiful leaves and flowers, and let us say it's a fruit giving tree. It gives you fruit, a mango or banana or guava, whatever it is. Does it hold it? When it is ripe,
It's falling down.
drops. If you don't take it, doesn't matter, it will drop. Why? It cannot hold it. Nature teaches us. A cow cannot hold the milk, it has to release. Why? That is what it is. That is how it is. System is. These trees are okay. If you go to the East Coast, whereas the September comes, slowly, what happens?
Leaves.
Leaves leave, because leaves leave. Leaves have to leave. That's why they are called leaves. They have to sit down. Then they are dry for some time, and only to get back to the Vasantam or spring season to come back again. They are not regretful that they have lost the leaves. In fact, they don't need it at that point. In fact, they cannot hold it. It's not advisable, or it is not healthy for the tree to hold on to the leaves in the winter time. It has to leave. Only to get back to it within few months, it again starts. Isn't it? Only human beings, they just can't leave things. The moment we realize that what I leave is for my own health, mental health, and if it is important, it will come back. And that's why when people will sit for meditation, Swamiji, when I sit for meditation, only, all the thoughts about what I need to do will come. Isn't that? After I sit down, after that, I think I need to do something. Let me write it down. Coffee. Yeah, coffee also. Even, Swamiji, good thoughts are coming when I am sitting in meditation. What do I do? Leave it. But I leave it, it won't come. If it doesn't come, it's not good thought. Don't. Even if it is the most beautiful thought comes, don't take it now. बाद में आ जाएगा. It will come. The trees are representing that. The clouds carry the water for what? To leave that. If they keep on holding on to it, the clouds are formed with the water, all right, the rainy water, and then they go up there and then do what? Shed it. Leave it. So nature is constantly telling us, have this balance. No doubt you take it, only to leave it. So also, Krishna also says, no doubt you have to earn money, but you need to spend for the right cause. If a person is working in this world, in Gita chapter 3 itself he says, Yajna Ashinaha, one who is taking performing the yajna, but he himself takes it and does not give it back to the world, is called a thief. Yobungte stena yavasa. One who takes it from the world and does not give it back to the world is called a thief. And Gurudev writes in his commentary beautifully, this is what led to corporate social responsibility. That was thought about by Krishna way back. What we call it as CSR today. Every corporate, every organization, every business organization, every industry which is taking the resources from this very earth and very environment must have the responsibility to give it back, protect it, and make it better. Otherwise, you are really looting it. And that's why in our pledge also, producing more than what we consume, giving more than what we take. What is that? Take no doubt, but give. Produce only to make it available to people. Otherwise, we will be depleting the resources that we have got, and next generation will curse us to death. Why? You people have taken everything from here, and now we don't have anything. So, coming to the personal spiritual journey, we need to interact with people, interact with situations. Some are good, some are bad, some are pleasant, some are unpleasant, some are happy experience, some are bad experience. But whatever be the experience that you have, good, bad, right, wrong, joy, sorrow, whatever it is, take it, understand it, but leave it. Don't hold on to it. What one should hold on to is the positive experiences the world gives. Good things that we learn from the world should be kept. That's why the mantra also, Badram Karne Vishruniyama Devaha, Badram Pashyema Akshavirya Jatraha, Stirai Angaihi Stuštuvagam Sastanubihi. That verse, what does it say? May I hear what is auspicious. May I see what is auspicious. Now, do you mean to say in the world around everybody will be talking good? Everything that is happening will be nice? Do you think so? You open the TV? Is it good things that are being shown there? Or good information or news is coming to you? No news, only nuisance. Now, you have a choice to listen to it or not to listen. To see or not to see. Or even if you happen to see, to hold on into your mind or not to hold on. If you do not have the strength to let go, don't see. If you have the ability and strength and skill to let go, then you see it. It is like certain food, it is allergic to you. When you know it, will you avoid it or not? You know what a trouble it will give. No, le lunga. You take it. Who asked you to take it then? When you know that you cannot handle it, leave it. When you know how to handle it, then take it. This does not mean one should run away from the world. One should be selective about how to interact with the world. I have told you before also, fire is useful to us for cooking and many others. Will you hold on to the fire? Oh dear fire, how dear you are to me. You are the one who makes me food, cook. Go on hug it. It'll burn you. Its nature is to burn. Whether you go or I go, it will do the same thing. So what do? You handle it carefully. I use it for a purpose, for cooking, etc. But that's all. Yes, the plug is there for you to put the light on, etc. Put your hand there. I'm very happy with the electricity. Put your hand there. Will you? Common sense tells you that yes, I need to interact with the things in this world, but I should know how to withdraw. Pravritti is also important, nivritti is also important. Engagement is important, disengagement is also equally important. And if you do not know the skill of how to disengage, that's when we get caught in what is called bandhanam, bondage. That's why Krishna in Gita very clearly says, asaktasya vishishtaha. Is one who is unattached is called a person of excellence. I was dealing with the chapter 3 of Bhagavad Gita where he says, you need to engage in the action to disengage later. A person who does not know how to disengage and he does not know how to use his faculties to engage in the world carefully, and he also knows how to disengage, he is a yogi. On the other hand, if somebody disengages without any engagement, he is a hypocrite. Karmendriyani sanyamya yaste manasa smaran indriyartan vimudatma mityachara sochate. Arjun wanted to withdraw from the war. Krishna says, don't. You merely withdraw from the world physically, but mentally worried about it, is called a hypocrite. Many people have a funny idea that sannyasa means withdraw from the world. And do what? And mind is still, it is like when you are driving a car and you put the brake, it stops. But while the one foot is on the brake, put the other foot onto the accelerator. Both of them are pressed. What will happen to the car? No, brake is also on, accelerator is also on.
The brakes will go bad.
If you want to spoil anybody's car, do that. Either you put the brake and reduce the acceleration, or remove the feet from the brake and increase the acceleration. This is the one you for driving, is it not? If you put both. So, pressing the accelerator is to engage, and pushing the brake is to disengage. Isn't it? That's how the car is driven. Karmendriyas are to be engaged, Jnanendriyas are to be withdrawn. That is Karma Yoga. What he does is, Karmendriya is withdrawn, Jnanendriya is engaged. Opposite. And expects that I am a sannyas, I am detached. While physically he is detached, mentally he is attached. It's a dangerous thing. And Krishna says, Ayogataha dukkhamaptam sannyasastu. Sannyasastu mahabhago dukkhamaptam ayogataha. If a person does this, he will be a miserable sannyasi. It is like you tell everybody, tomorrow onwards, today onwards, I am not taking any sweet at all. Oh, is it so? Yes. They bring varieties of sweet in front of you. And having declared, what will you do? Look at it, everybody is eating, everybody is having and enjoying it. I think in a hurry I told this. I should not have told everybody. So you declare to the world that you are not taking, now you are interested in having it, then you will be miserable. When everybody is gone, yeah, take it. So that means what? You are not convinced that it is not necessary for you. It is only for the world's sake you did, but actually you are not. You know, the story that goes is one what do you call, a thief. He was stealing in early morning, and people started to notice that, and he started to run. So everybody just started chasing him. It was a beginning of the day, so there was not much of light was there, so sunlight was also not much. So he ran, and then they were chasing him. So he ran outside the city, outside the main village or whatever. He found a small hut. So he ran into that. And there was a sannyasin's hut it was, and the sannyasin has gone for some taking a dip in the water, taking a dip in the river. So immediately he put all the sannyasi clothes and then put on inside. So these people who were running came, and suddenly this fellow disappeared. Where did he go? They looked around into the darkness. Where did he go? And then they saw the hut. They went inside, and he saw one sannyasi sitting there. So he went there, Maharaj. Then they fell at his feet. आप बताइए कोई आदमी आया है क्या? Somebody came. He said, no, I didn't see anybody. Narayana. So they did the namaskar to him. Please bless us that we catch that guy. Sab theek hoga. Then they all went. So the sannyasi thought, this is a good thing, you know. And then when they sit down wearing these clothes, everybody brings food and fruit. I don't need to do anything. See, so that guy, even merely putting the sannyasa vesha, he felt that he's become sannyasi. While the mind is not pure, so Krishna says just merely withdrawal of the organs of action, but mentally engage in all the indulgences is hypocrite. So what is he suggesting to Arjuna? On the other hand, what you do is engage in the world. Huh? Engage in the world, but withdraw the mind. Karmendriyani sanyamya aste manasa smaran indriyarthan vimodatma mityachara. Engaging, disengaging the sense organs of action, but engaging the mind in indulging the objects is called hypocrite. On the other hand, Karmendriye karma yogam asaktasya vishishyate. Karmendriye karma yogam. Engaging the organs of action in action, but detached. Niyatam kuru karmatvam karmajayodya karmana. When you do this way, the mind which is thus engaged with the body that is engaged in the world, mind withdrawn from its desires, such a mind will be ready with purity for going higher. But in a daily life, one may say, Swamiji, we cannot practice this. Either we are engaged in that without attachment, or not to do anything at all. Either we engage with all passion, all desire, all expectations, or don't do anything at all. But not doing anything is also difficult. See, in the Yoga Marga also you have Yama, Niyama, Pranayama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyanam, and Samadhi. But when you do all these things, Pranayam you do, Asana you do, and then slowly withdraw the mind, all right. But the problem is, having withdrawn the mind, what to think? If I do not know what to think, I'll go to sleep. So this is where the knowledge is very important. Withdraw the mind only to engage in something greater. Presently what happens? We engage in the mind and the action only in the same thing. Krishna says, body should engage there, mind should withdraw and engage in something else. That is called meditation. Meditation is not sitting quietly thinking about nothing. You cannot do that. Mind cannot remain without thinking. If it is staying without thinking, it is sleeping. In sleep, are you thinking? Thank God, that's the only time you don't think. Only time you don't worry. Only time when we don't worry or think is sleep. That's why it gives us so much of peace. Shanti se soya. I have slept Shanti. Kahan se aaya Shanti? One fellow said, मैं शांति ले लिया और संन्यास भी शांति मिल गया और संन्यास ले रहा हूँ. मुझे शांति मिल गया तो मैं संन्यास ले रहा हूँ. Somebody asked, meaning he said, I have got shanti, now I am going for sannyas. So shanti मिल गया तो क्यों संन्यास ले रहे हो? If shanti you got, why are you doing sannyas? No, Shanti is my wife's name. Anyway, women are very unhappy with me. So here we need to realize that withdrawal of the mind is not to be done just mechanically without an intent to engage in that something more subtle, more profound, more beautiful. If that is the case, if you are just withdrawing, you'll go to sleep. That's why Bhagavan said, Shane Shane Ruparamed Buddhyadridigihitaya Atma Samstam Manakritva Atma Samstam Manakritva Nakinchida Vichindya. Think about the self within you and then leave all other thoughts. This is where the knowledge comes. So in the verses which we saw in the last session also, having reached a teacher and understood what needs to be done, he says, Vyakyartascha vicharyadam, Shudijaro Vakyam Samakarnyadam, Dustarka Suviramyadam, Sudimadas Tarkona Sandhiyadam, Brahmasmiti Vibhavyadam, Ahrahar Garva Parityajadam, Dehyoham Madirujjadam, Buddha Janir Vada Parityajadam. When thus an individual realizes that I need to withdraw the mind from the worldly thoughts and actions, but where do I keep the mind in? Vakyartascha. So now the higher knowledge about me and the Lord essentially are one and the same. Essentially. Like for example, if I say, I and you are the same, will you believe that? Will you believe that? Okay, let me ask. Are you human?
Yes.
Am I? Then you are not saying you're same. Are we same or not?
Species.
Species. I'm a man.
Homo sapiens.
You are? So we are same only. I'm a human. Are you? Human. I'm alive. Are you?
Yes.
Then no, you're not saying you're same. Well, just now you said not same. See, what is not same is subject to change and death. What is not same will change. For example, so where are you from in India? Chennai. I am from Coimbatore. No, we are not the same. Your father and my father are not the same. Your language and my language will not be same. Your education, my education is not the same. Your form is my form is not the same. We are only focusing upon what is not same. And that is where all the disparities and divisions come into picture. But we fail to see what is same. The moment we start seeing what is same, we have no problem in this world. I have no problem with you from that standpoint. I am a human being, you are a human being. Is there a problem there? But if you are speaking Hindi, I am speaking Tamil, there's a problem there. Hindi, chod do. Hindi, no, I don't want Hindi. And you say, what Tamil? Tamil. No, we keep on fighting. If you are a Christian, I am a Hindu, or vice versa. We don't like. Why? Because we are seeing only the difference. Vedanta says, whatever is different, leave it. Whatever is same, keep going. I as a human being and you as a human, there is no problem then. When you look at another animal, then there is a problem. Hey, we are human, let us kill that. Okay, this is dangerous. But then shift to the next one. I am alive, you are alive. That is also alive. That is also alive. Then suddenly we became one. So when the statement Tattvamasi, when it is given, what does it mean? You are definitely not me, and I am not definitely you. Then, where is that statement valid? When it comes to understanding what is common. Not only between you and me, me, and everything in this world. Everything in this world. What is that which is common between me and everything in this world? Tell me. No, this is not life. You know what is common between me and this? We exist. Sat. That is common or not? I exist. It also exists in the same world where I am. In that context, am I different from this? No. This may not know, but I know it. That's the only difference. I also exist. The table is also existing. I know it. It doesn't know. But just because it does not know doesn't mean it doesn't exist. A tree also is there. It doesn't claim its existence, but I know. I exist and the tree also exists. There is one commonness between me and him. What? Both of them are Sat. Sadeva saumye idamagra asid. That's why Mahatma say, therefore existence was that what is the beginning. So when we lift our mind to such a height, and that can happen only when you withdraw the mind from all other janjats of the world. Otherwise, you can't think like this. When our mind is so busy with the world and the daily problems, where is a question of growing further? Same thing only we do every day. No difference at all. What do you do what you have been doing daily life different from what your parents were doing when they were at your age? Any different? They were taking a bus to go to work, you are going in the car. I don't know. They were also eating lunch today, breakfast, dinner. I'm sorry, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Are you doing that? Yes. They were breathing. Were you breathing? Okay. They also procreated. Do you do that? Yes. They also went to sleep every evening and every night and they got up in the morning. Are you doing? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Yes, but you do. What is the difference? And okay, forget about the past. Now around what? See everybody. What are they doing? Everybody in this world. Not only human, all other living beings also. They may not have breakfast, lunch, dinner, but they have food. What is the difference between me and any other living being in this world? Same thing. But one difference which you can make it to yourself is, I know who I am. Meaning, I know the higher level of awareness that I am Sat, and in this world there is a common thread that is there in everything is existence. When I lift my mind to that level of awareness, then I have absolutely no issues with the world. Everything else that I think different between me and the world, let go. And what you have to hold on to is what is common. In a group work or any kind of an endeavor where a group of people are working, there are different skill sets, different people, different backgrounds, different responsibilities, everything. But when you have a common objective to achieve, then only the group stays. The group will work as a group only when there is some common objective. Correct? Any environment you take, whether it is a social environment or a corporate situation or in a family also, only when we keep a common objective, then only we can stay together as a group, as a family, as a community, as a society, as a nation. When we forget that part, we start fighting. Right? Similarly, this physical body also, life is the common factor in every part of my body. Whether you touch me at the toe or pull my hair in the top, I will feel the same way. I am. Right? When that I am, that commonness is gone, body will depart. That's called departure. Everything will go back. So also a group, when does not have a common objective, it will dismantle. It will disintegrate. So the vision of Vedanta is, what is that which is the common thread which connects everybody? Once you realize that, you see no difference anywhere. And if at all there are differences, you will let go. And such a person alone can become a Mahatma. A great saint is one who has discovered the unity among diversity. And he holds on to that unity and letting go all the diversities. So the highest level, that is what one should do. Hold on to what is common and let go of all differences. Such a person alone can remain in absolute balance wherever he goes, whatever he does. So that's why it is said saints have no strangers. For the saint, everybody is the same. Because he is able to see. Such Mahatmas are Samadarshinaha. They are men of equal vision. Suhrin mitra rari udasino bandhushya swadushya Suhrin mityar udasino suhrut friend, Mitra, Surat is a well-wisher, Mitra is a friend, Udasina, one who is different. Ari means enemy. In all of them, sadhu swapicha papeshu, whether it is a sadhu or a saint or a sinner, samabuddhihi vishishyate, sameness of the vision. So, whether it is a bandhu or a hari or dveshya, in all of them, a person who has the equal vision excels. That is why anybody who comes to them in any form of the being, any species that comes to them, whether it's an animal or a serpent or a bird, anything, or human, they have blessings. They give blessings. Why? Because even that is a soul, even that is life, even that is surviving, even that exists. Even the tree exists, the plant exists. So their vision is so universal. They don't categorize people based upon the caste, color, religion, race, status, gender, qualification, nothing. That is a true balance. And such an individual alone is said to be a man of true vision, higher maturity and realization. So our life should move from to start with what is unwanted, what is useless, just let go. Don't even keep it in the garage. That's what we do, right? Swamiji, काम में आ जाएगा. काम में आ जाएगा, कब आ जाएगा? Your grandson also won't use it. It's still there.
Later on antique.
Antique क्या है? Just keep on accumulating. That's why in Japan and all they have this, because they have very limited space. What they say is, what is not used for past 1 year should not be there at home. What is not used for almost a year should not be at home. What is not used at all in 1 month should not be in your room. Try, think about it. Everything will come out. What is not used for the whole year should be out. If you keep that in your mind, look around. What I have not used for the whole year. But it's hard for us to give up that. So one lady said, she was quite very heavy upset. And she said, all my old clothes, which I was not wearing, I'm taking to India to give it to the poor people. So the husband said, it's a waste of time. Don't take it. Why? Why I want to give it to the poor people? They are not of your size anyway. Practical. They can't use it. She was very upset. Is it correct only? If they are for your size, then how can they be poor? So, a simple philosophy. What is not used for 1 year, out. Including people. Anyway. Chalo, chhod do usko. So what is not used for the whole month, out into the next room, where it is to go further out. The next month is also used, it go to the garage, and after that, out. Then you will see your room is very clean. You don't need to worry about the space. Enough space will be there. So in the same way, in our mind, we should definitely see what is not necessary for me to sit and worry about. Chhod do. Leave it. Let go. But hold on to the Lord. That is important. Hold on what is important and let go of what is unimportant. And as we go further in our life, hold on to what is useful for me to progress. And unwanted thoughts and emotions and feelings and memories and past depressions and dejections, as and when possible, just leave it. Leave it. Leave it. If somebody talks about, you know what happened, I don't want to know what happened. I don't want to know. It's a waste of time. किसके लिए बता रहे हो? Why are you polluting my mind? That's why I said that I allow others to pollute my mind and I become miserable. So this way, one who should be able to know how to take it in and how to take it out. Just like the breathing takes place in our body continuously, no doubt we breathe in, but we don't keep it, let it go. So the balance is in taking and leaving, and greater than that is take what is important, leave what is unimportant, and further higher it is to see the oneness in everything, thereby leave the differences. Etasmin udaramantaram kurude adatasya bhayam bhavati. Bhagavan, in Upanishad it is said that a person who makes a difference between oneself and others, the fear is immediately produced. I am afraid of another person only when I see the difference. The child is never afraid of the mother, whereas when he looks at the stranger, immediately it becomes afraid. You know, you might have seen when the child is a small little child is there, and you go near, it will go to the mother. Why? It doesn't see itself different from the mother. Whereas a stranger, I don't know who it is. Fear immediately comes. Is it not? And as the child grows up to become a teenager, and mother disagrees with that young girl, I don't want to talk to anything. I'll talk to my friend, not to my mother. See? Why? Because that child, the girl, has found greater, affinity, closeness, acceptance from the friend than the mother. And as that man, if let's say it's not a girl, it's a boy, also after some time he had enough beating up in the world, then he finds greater affinity towards the bottle. He starts talking to the bottle, because anybody else he can't talk. You don't know what I'm going through. When you start talking to the mirror, he has to go to psychiatrist. So even a little difference you make between you and the other person, that will be the cause of fear. Where an individual has found oneself in others, where is the cause of fear? Tatra ko moha kashokaha ekatvam anupashyataha. One who has seen the oneness, where is the moha? Where is the fear thereafter? Ko moha kashoka. Where is the sorrow? Where is the delusion for a person who has seen that oneness? So thus, therefore, in our life, we should know how to balance this. Slowly. That's the teaching of Vedanta. It's nothing, no magic. It's a common sense. Provided we have a vision to reach something greater. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkhavat Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.